All right, guys, welcome to another episode of At the Table with Urban Forex. My name is Naveen Prithyani, and today we're talking about the downfalls and the rises in Forex. What are the difficulties when it comes to trading Forex? What are the lifestyle differences in Forex? And Armo came up to me a couple of days ago asking me several questions. And I was like, you know what? Why don't we bring this up into the podcast? But one of the concerns was if he asks all of us any of these type of questions, will it deter people from getting into the Forex market or will it encourage them? So as always, whatever we do at Urban Forex, we're like, well, you know what? We'll just say it as it is and we'll let you decide. So we have everyone here on the panel. We have Ian, Lucas, and Armo. And Armo, with the set of questions that you have, let you take it off from there.
Oh, are you guys ready to be grilled?
I've been waiting for this all day long.
That's what I like to hear. But don't worry, this is not, school where the teacher is going to ask you all kind of nasty questions. So the first one, unless you're looking forward to that.
I was actually, yeah.
Let's pretend you weren't. I think that's better. So the first one is, when you started trading, did you also think you would be hitting home runs all the time? Maybe Ian, you want to take this one?
Yeah, of course.
And with home runs, I mean like having those big number trades, like trades that keep on going and going and going, like the profits never stop. Did you also think that you would have this?
Oh, yeah. If you watch any YouTube video out there, I just remember even back in the day, like I'd watch their screen, then I look at my screen and I'd be like, I see this giant green candle. It starts at the bottom of my screen. It ends at the top of my screen. I'm like, if I were to actually get in here and make it to here, I mean, I'd be done. I wouldn't even have to trade
for the rest of the year.
That'd be it. That's all, the rest of my life.
So yeah, a green candle that looks like a spaceship, basically, like a rocket launching.
Yeah, I thought, well, that must be norm, right? Like that must be, if I'm going to be a trader, that's an everyday occurrence. So
and if you're seeing it like that, I'm sure someone else is seeing it like that also. And they'll probably, even I, in the beginning, I was thinking, if I do this every single day, then I'm probably going to be a millionaire soon. That's like how everyone is going about it these days.
Yeah. But what's the hard reality?
Yeah, exactly. I was just going to ask that. Like, and then what?
Yeah, well, the hard reality is what? They do take off like a rocket. Unfortunately, we didn't know these are Tesla rockets. They turn around and come right back down,
And if you're lucky, they land and, it's just a break-even hit. But if you're unlucky, they explode and, it's a blown-up account.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, how did you deal with that after you figured out, okay, this is not realistic to always think it's going to go to the moon straight away? Ian, let's have you take it away.
Well, yeah, right off the bat, obviously, when you first get actually going into it, you start realizing, hey, this isn't happening on a daily basis. Once in a while, yeah, you'll catch one of them for sure, but you also get lots of losses hoping for that too. But I think though the reality that set in with my trading, I found the correct education and the proper route to go. And I found that you don't actually need those big, huge screen-sized candles to actually be successful in this industry. If you learn how to navigate, read the market correctly, even just the smallest little moves just to the nearest levels and like things you wouldn't even think that maybe don't look so significant or look so flashy, it's still that consistency. I mean, it's more than enough to have a successful trading career. So that's one thing I learned, that it's not all, you don't need the big flashy candles all the time.
So it's not the spaceship rides, but rather the actual Tesla rides.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Lucas, you agree with that?
Yeah, that's for sure. I think one of the main problem, especially these days, are with people trading on Instagram, people showing their trades on social media, showing how much they make. Especially with recently, we have those coins just rocketing to the moon. I think that gives a lot of people like a false impression of how trading really is. So yeah, I think everyone has to be really careful about what to expect, and those are not moves we expect and actually happen every day.
Yeah.
Wait, they're not?
Unless you're not telling us something. Yeah, unless you're not telling us you're hiding something.
Okay, well, let's go over to the next question. So some people say that a normal job would take their soul away. Not everyone says this, but some people. But they still do it because it earns them, decent money or at least steady money. But trading, it can also take away money from you. So why did you still become a trader, Lucas?
Yeah, I think that's a fairly good point, because you often hear people saying, I'm gonna quit my job. I hate my boss. I'm gonna fucking be my own boss. And then the last thing, beep. And when they start being a trader, then only they realize the true boss is the market, because sometimes you make a right trade, but the market still takes away the money from you. Where a right trade could be a losing trade, and a wrong trade could be a winning trade. So sometimes it's tough. So it's not like a normal employment where you just come in, you clock in, and then you get your salary. It's a little bit more different than that, I would say. What do you guys think?
Naveen, what do you think about that?
No, I absolutely agree. See, the thing with the job is you can do a mediocre job and still get a paycheck at the end of the day. You do a mediocre job in Forex, they'll take money from you. It's basically as if you're working on commission, but with the condition of if you don't do a good job, you pay for it. You see, so it's in the short term, yes, an employment looks rosy and safe and everything, but in the long term, the benefits really outweigh being a trader. But the short term is really painful as a trader. It's very, very painful, because while you're learning and going through the process, every time I personally was just like, should I just go back to work? Like, isn't that safer? Like, should I just do what my mom and dad was saying and go back to work? Like, why am I pursuing this weird thing, which looks like a casino? And it feels like a casino because I can't seem to get that consistency down. So it's like, it seems all random. So is it even worth pursuing? So it's one of those things that you have to overcome that initial stage, which can take years for some people. Some people take 6 months, but it's definitely not 1 month. It's definitely not 2 weeks. It's definitely not anything less than that. It's definitely not.
Yeah.
It takes time.
Because it's a skill, and the end result is always 100% performance based. If you perform, you get the paycheck. If you don't perform, you're paying for it. But
Correct.
that's that skill that takes a bit of time to build.
Correct.
Okay. Let's have a look at the next one. In trading, there are some investments to it. Like, for instance, you need to have like at least one device with a big screen. And some people have a bunch of screens. But the biggest cost is not money related and probably hidden. What would that be for you, Lucas?
Oh, yeah. I think for most people, when they think about starting trading, they think about the money required to invest in their education, and then that's pretty much it. And I suppose like the capital you need to start trading with.
Yeah.
But there are a lot more hidden costs involved. Like costs like time you have to take off during the weekends just so you have to study the trades you have took during the week.
I agree.
Let's say if you're trading throughout the entire week, I'm sure you're going to be really tired by the end of the week on Friday. On Saturday, you're probably going to sleep in a little bit. By the time you wake up, well, for me at least, personal experience, I'll be waking up at around 12, eat my dinner, I eat my lunch, so that's like 1, start doing my post analysis for 4 or 5 hours sometimes, and there goes my Saturday afternoon, and I'm dead tired after that. And then I don't have any more time to spend with my friends, my family. I get to see them maybe once a week, that kind of thing. So I think there are a lot more costs like that, hidden costs, I call it, that people usually don't see. But those are, stuff that it's costly, but if you are willing to pay for that cost, it's worth it. It's 100% worth it. Not sure what you guys think about that, but I don't think if you're able to pay that cost, do try trading. It's a really worthwhile career.
Okay, Ian, what's your experience with that?
Yeah, I have I don't know if it's, I guess it's unique to everyone on the panel here, but I do have family, kids, you know, so as much as Forex is a 24/7 market, you know, in quotes, you know, it does operate that, but like there's also certain times of the day that are best for trading, opening hours, usually London open, New York open, all that. So there is a bit of scheduling, I'll say, with the whole thing that you have to like, it's a balance, right? Like I've had to like, I schedule family time and this, but I'm always make sure I'm around my trading for the hours that are appropriate for my trading. Sometimes that means, you know, I eat dinner in front of the computer screen. You know, I think we've been on many calls where I'm sitting there stuffing my face while I'm
never
looking
done
at
this.
the charts.
I don't know what he's talking about. I have no idea what he's talking about.
But in my opinion, and that does mean I miss a few family dinners, you know, that I make up on the weekend and stuff. But from my experience in the long run, it's all worth it because you can somewhat pick and choose those times that, yeah, you sacrifice a bit here and there. But in the long run, you're still free, like, so to speak. Like, you still call your own hours. You can choose to trade. There's any number of opens. So it's just a matter of having that balance. And then in the long run, I think you have an overall freedom that not many people who have a 9-to-5 job have, you know, in the long run. So a bit of, you just have to be time management is all, but the rewards are well worth it. So.
Yeah, I was just going to summarize it like that. If you can manage your time well, and you can also get used a little bit to the trading routine and create a good routine for yourself, then it's very manageable. But it takes some getting used to, especially if you're used to a very strict 9-to-5 schedule. And after that, you know, there's no more responsibility for work. Okay, Naveen, you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, so I agree with both of them. As Lucas pointed out, the cost with social life, that's a huge cost. And I think when you're younger, you definitely feel like, oh, that's okay. It's not a big deal. But it is a part of life that one should not avoid experiencing. You know, you should have your friend circle. You should, even though they might be assholes, but you should still have your group of friends you need to hang out with, have a good time. Sorry about that. but for the most part, I think it is very important, and that is the biggest cost. It's not the financial cost. Money just comes and goes all the time, but that cost of the social life can have a big role in it. But that balance of, well, if I go hang out, that's taking away time from me becoming a better trader. Okay, and trading is not something like, it's okay, I'll do it on the weekends and then I'll become good. Oh, I'll do it once a month, I'll be good. You can't be good. I always like to compare trading to a surgeon. If that surgeon doesn't get experience, then I don't care how educated that surgeon is, he's not touching my body. It's like, if he's done one surgery per year, do not come near me. Like, there's no way. So it's like that. You want to be accurate, you want to be precise, you want to know what you're doing, you want to understand the different variations in market, but the cost is there. So that's the downside of it. Plus side of it, okay, so I'll give you the opposite side. So I know, because it sounds all gloomy and stuff, doesn't it? But there is an opposite side of it. The opposite side of it is that risk of how long it may take to get to the other side. Okay, and sometimes you don't even know what the other side is, because it just happens one day and you're like, oh yeah, it's been a while since I've been stabilized. Yeah. There's no such thing as, oh, from this day onwards I became profitable. There's no such thing.
Exactly.
You just notice that overall you're like, oh, I'm still net profit. Oh, I'm bigger net profit. Oh, I'm more net profit. Okay, I'm doing well, I guess. So once that happened, I started to realize I now have the ability to take care of friends and family like I was never able to do before. And that to me meant more than me just hanging out with them for a couple of hours over some drinks. Now we go out for drinks. I reserve half the bar. I fly them in. We go to private islands. Like the door has opened up to a whole new level that they get to enjoy it. I get to enjoy it as well. So, but to get to that level, I've gone through blood, sweat, and tears as well. So it's a pro and con. It depends how you like to live. You want to live a balanced life, or you want to live the extremes. I'm an extreme type of guy. I want the best of the best, or nothing. It's one of those types. So,
Okay. I can confirm that you're an Okay, let's go to the next one. So this is a true or false statement, and also explain why. For many people, trading remotely is part of what attracts them to trading, and the less material or devices you have to carry around, the better. But can you trade from a mobile phone only, and can you be that remote warrior while you trade just from your mobile phone? Lucas.
Well, the way you put it sounds pretty cool. A remote warrior. Well, I wish I could, but I guess
false.
False.
Why?
You can actually do some parts of trading on the go on your mobile, but I think the overall analysis, looking at the calendar for news release, that kind of stuff, I think one have to do it on their screen, their laptop, at least on their laptop. Get all the analysis done, and then perhaps managing the trade on the go. That's just me. I think everyone is different. For me, I can't do it on the go.
Okay. Before I react to that.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Let me shit.
Let me show you guys something. Let me show you. Yeah, I'm about to share my screen here for a second here, but just give me a second here. Okay. All right. I don't know if you guys can see this. So I have pictures of Lucas trading remotely of when I've taken him with me to these remote spots. And he has tried remote trading, hands on. Okay, so this is a picture of Lucas up on a mountain on the French Alps, trading on the grass. So Lucas, what's your experience with this particular one before I open up the photo album?
Oh, the view is great, but not the view on my laptop because of the glare.
So there's a glare issue, you're saying. How about from the beach? How's the glare there?
Well, for those of you guys who are watching this on YouTube, look at my face. It's not a happy face. And what you guys don't see and feel is that my laptop is actually burning, and it's about to explode anytime soon.
So this image we're looking at right now is Lucas trading from the beach in Maldives. You know that dream that everyone keeps showing on Instagram, where you just see feet and a laptop, and then saying, "I lived a good life. I'm a forex trader." Lucas used to ask me about that back in the day. I'm like, you know what? Come with me. Let me show you how it is to trade from a beach. You tell me. So I took him to the beach. He's like, I can't see anything. It's so hot. I can't focus.
And sometimes there are hot girls just walking around, wandering around. There's no way to focus, man, with all of that going on.
Just to be clear, I didn't have that problem. I was able to focus just fine. Hot girls did not disrupt me.
I cannot confirm that.
My girlfriend is watching this webinar. All right. By the way, if you remember that 7-star chef that made our food there, Giacomo, I believe, he's still there and he sends his hellos. This guy was like a scientist when it comes to food. So he was preparing our food on the island there. And what he used to do is mix up the human body's anatomy with the type of food you need to eat. It was very fascinating to hear by him. And he came up to Lucas and he's like, here's what I'm going to make for you. He came up to us like, here's what you need to eat. That's like, I thought this is a luxury place. I'm supposed to choose what I want. And he's like, no. You eat what I give you. It's like, so really great guy. I'm sure I'm messing up the way I'm saying his name. He might poison my food next time around, but great guy. Great guy. Giacomo. It's his name's right here. Giacomo. By the way, Lucas, he says hi. Last time I talked to him, he said hello.
Well,
Then
when you see him again, say hello.
We'll do.
Yeah. This really is the whole photo album.
Wait. I have Ian here also. This is Ian in Dubai. So this picture that we're looking at is Ian in Dubai with me at a place called Opso, just overlooking the water fountains.
That's the best pistachio latte in the world. But Opso. Ask Lucas.
So Lucas and Ian have this war between which place has the best pistachio latte. And for those of you guys who are like, what the hell is a pistachio latte? That was me too. I didn't know what a pistachio latte was until I moved to Dubai. And they're actually really, really good. They're really, really good. So this is Ian. Also, as you can see his face, there's also a glare. He can't see it well as much as I can when the laptop's in front of me. This happens time and time again. I have one last picture. This is Lucas again. He's in Dubai right here. This is out near the beach side, but we are in the shade a little bit. And same thing, because I'm the one teaching it, I can tell what times when people can focus, and I can clearly see that Lucas and Ian, their focus levels are the lowest when we're outside. What would you guys say to that? Would you guys agree?
Yeah. Same for me. Like any environment where there's any kind of distraction, doesn't even have to be a pretty location. I just can't focus. And I think somebody in the comments or in the chat put it right just now, saying you need to be in an environment where you perform best. So I think that's the message generally.
Yeah. So what about for the rest of you guys? Would you guys agree that as beautiful as it looks for a picture, is it worth trading from outside?
Not completely outside. I would say you need to be in a focused place to do your analysis and research, and then once that's done, then you can enjoy the perks, after. So I think for me it's a balance a little bit there.
Exactly.
I think what I'm about to ask is what probably everyone is thinking in this chat room, or anyone listening in or tuning in. They're probably in their mind thinking, answer the damn question, can we be remote or not? What is the answer to that? What is the answer to that?
Definitely yes. So if you're talking about actually both for traveling and for using your mobile phone, you can combine that and do both. Or let me answer that in one answer. And so you need to find a good location where you can focus. Then you do your pre-market analysis on your laptop, or maybe at least an iPad. And once you've done that, you're ready. You know what you want to do in the market. You have a game plan basically, and maybe you're already in a trade, and then you can manage it from a mobile phone while you do those other things that come with trading remotely. You can walk through that city or go to that museum, but you have to keep at least your mobile phone so you can manage your trade from that. So yeah, it can be done. It does require some practice, but definitely can be done.
Yeah, I agree.
Every time I've traded from my phone, I can almost assure you 95% of the time I've had losing trades. Managing the trade from the phone is a whole different story.
Yeah.
It's a must to prepare in an environment you're comfortable with, and then you can just look at your trade on the go once you know everything that you need to do. But to prepare for a trade on your phone, that is a myth. You find me someone who can do that, I will find a hole in where he's messing up with, and he's taking you for a ride. I will tell you that right now. There is no such thing as trading from your phone because you don't see the whole picture.
No, never. It's impossible to go through all the time frames, look at the correlation and everything. It's impossible.
Yeah.
You'll always miss something.
But it's the same. It's like a surgeon doing surgery on a cell phone. Like, from what I see, I need you to cut right there, 3 diameters to your left. Oh, I didn't see he had a problem there.
and he's saying that by the beach.
By the beach, yes.
So he's playing Candy Crush while he's getting sand into your wound.
So yeah, so there is freedom. There is a lot of good things about So Armo, you were trying to bring that up about is it as rosy as it's shown online in the world of marketing? Yes, it is rosy like that, but there are downfalls to it that if you can handle that part, the rosiness can be done. The beautiful stuff of being remote, being your own boss, all of these questions you've asked, that all can be done. Yeah. It's just not in the way the average person might think.
Yeah, it all comes with some preparation and dedication also.
Yeah, absolutely. So what we'll do now is I'll bring this up into a chart. So what we're going to do is I'm going to turn this podcast into a webinar. Okay, we're going to end the podcast here. So those of you who are tuning in, thank you for tuning in, whether it's from Apple iTunes or on Google or on YouTube or Spotify, wherever you're. Yeah, we have to mention Spotify. So wherever you guys are tuning in from, thank you for tuning in to this episode 4. We're going to take this into a webinar. If you're interested in understanding what's in the webinar, we're going to be talking about similar topics, but on a chart format. So the link will be below in the description somewhere if you ever need to log in. If not, you can always reach out to us at Urban Forex. All right.
Yeah.
So shall I take over from here? Was there any more questions?
Nope, that was it.
That was it. All right, here we go. So thank you guys for being here on the panel. Thank you, Armo, for asking all the questions. Great stuff. Hopefully in the future, I'm going to see if some of you other guys have some questions as well. And all of you guys tuning in, if you ever have questions, just simply ask us. You never know if the next question will be answered in the next episode or not. So feel free to ask us. Thank you, guys. Until next time.